excited that it's almost Halloween. I'm gonna watch Hocus Pocus right after this reading. Welcome back to my channel. This is the Indigo Jo channel, and I'm an intuitive tarot reader. Today we're going to be answering the question of... I just forgot the question. Today we're going to be getting a message from your spirit guides. So super exciting. This is going to be whatever your spirit guides want you to know at the current moment about your life. When you're ready, actually when I'm ready, I'm going to show you the 3 piles you can choose from, and then intuitively select the pile that you are drawn to the most, and then you can click on the timestamp that I put in the description below for the reading. Hi pile 1, this is for those of you who picked the first pile. Let's get started on your reading about what do your spirit guides want you to know at this current moment. So getting started here, we have 5 of air. And 5 of air is traditionally 5 of swords. But from this card, what I'm getting is that you have done a really, really good job balancing out your responsibilities, your work life, things that you've felt you were obligated to do. However, you did it all kind of while wearing this mask. If you look at the picture, the woman has a mask on while she's doing this great like balancing act on a tightrope, and there's a lot of birds around her. So I feel like in the midst of a lot of chaos, you had a lot of people around you that were kind of either making it more difficult for you to do your job, or just a lot of people talking in your ear and telling you what they felt like you should do. And so you did a really good job handling these people and not letting them bring you down. However, it kind of left you feeling like you had to constantly be this other person around these people to be more accepted. And what your spirit guides want you to know is that you don't necessarily have to wear this mask anymore, because it's keeping you from something that's even better for you and better for your life, and that's going to make you happier than just having this kind of complacent feeling of, okay, everyone around me is okay with me and they're happy with me, so I guess this is a good life. You're kind of like being in that mindset is kind of keeping you from something that could be even greater for you, something that you would enjoy coming into your life. And with this second card, we have second chakra archangel Ariel. So if you look at Ariel in the card, basically I feel like this is kind of symbolic of how you're like thinking right now, or it seems like you have this deep desire and you're daydreaming about it, you're really thinking about it, you want it to come into your life, whether that be like a connection, like maybe you are seeking like a romantic connection, or even just like friendships that are meaningful, deep and meaningful, and you have this like dream about it, like you really dream of like your dream life, something that you're really passionate about. It could even be a career, something maybe to do with the arts, or I'm getting like a dramatics, arts, something that you've really felt in your gut that you would love to do, and you just dream about it because you feel like maybe it's not feasible for you or possible for you. So you just spend your time thinking about it. And what this card is getting at is maybe instead of dreaming about it, take little steps if you can to make it possible for you. Because what I'm seeing with these 2 cards is like, if you keep just balancing on this tightrope, you're never gonna get to the point where you can actually live this dream that you've been thinking of. And also, a side note, work with water more, because I feel like there's some healing that needs to be done, maybe in your gut area. So definitely drink more water in general, or just spend time in water. Maybe take baths or swim if you can, and that'll help. Essentially, with this card and with the second chakra, we want to go with the flow. We want to not be super controlling about our lives and just kind of let things happen naturally, but also put some of that passion into the actions that we're taking. So it's like finding that balance between not forcing things to happen, but also taking the steps needed in the right direction, if that makes sense. But anyway, then we had the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, and soul tribe. So with this card, immediately I was looking at the people. So there's a lot of different types of people. Let's go with people, because this one over here is like very, very alien looking. This one is like a human for sure. And then there's just a mix of different souls. So what I'm seeing is maybe you have always felt like you're more of an outcast, or just maybe not necessarily an outcast, but you felt like you were different than the people around you, and you always had to kind of play a role to fit in with those people. And what I'm saying is you're not alone in this. There's a lot of people who have felt the way that you've felt, but by keeping yourselves kind of covered up, like your true selves covered up, you're never going to find each other, because all these people are just like wearing this heavy sheet over themselves. So it's like they're never going to recognize who is like-minded, because they're not showing their real mind. It's like they're not showing their true personality, so they're never going to meet someone who is like them, because no one's going to know what they're actually like. So it's that same idea where it's like, if you don't actively show yourself who you really are, you're never going to meet those people who are more like you. So essentially that's what I'm getting. And then also getting yourself out there more, like putting yourself in a position where you can meet new people, even if it's just virtually right now. Anything you can do in that way, it's going to help you, because you're going to meet some valuable people who might even be your soul tribe, people that you will connect with and that will be in your life for years and years. So that's great. And pay attention to any intuitive hits that you're getting right now, because they are accurate, and it's your spirit guides most likely trying to get a message across to you about something. We have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Okay, so like I just said, basically you have not only spirit guides, you have ancestors near you, beside you. You have a lot of spirit animals, actually. So if you see a lot of animals, or if you see a certain type of animal a lot, that's kind of a sign from one of your spirit guides, and that animal totem could be telling you something. So I would definitely recommend looking up the spiritual significance of whatever animal you keep seeing repetitively. Like, for example, my animal totem, I have a lot, but I have one in particular that I see like most often, and that's an owl. And so with the owl, I looked up what owls stood for, and it's all about wise souls, and they can be cute sometimes too. It's like there's a lot of different symbolism behind animals, so don't just go for like the most basic one. I would say do a lot of research on your spirit animals and see what you find. And here we actually have an eagle, looks like a wolf, a tiger, no, that's not a tiger, panther, I think it's a panther, and an elephant. So I would say start with these, and if you have any others that come up in the next couple of days, or that you already know about, I would definitely recommend looking those up as well. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this, but this is what the card looks like. So next card we have is Patience, Archangel Jophiel. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So with this card, what I get is that you have been working on something, you've been manifesting something, and it hasn't been happening as quickly as you'd like it to. But what I'm seeing is that your spirit guides are watching over this. They're watching you grow this thing that you're manifesting, and it's coming. It's just the reason that things are not, you're not seeing as much growth as you would like, is because now is a time for you to kind of stay in your own energy for a little bit and get comfortable there, because you have to be comfortable in your own energy before you can invite new energy in. So it's just kind of giving you extra time to get really cozy by yourself, because if you can be cozy and happy alone, then you're a powerful person, because not a lot of people can do that. So it's just kind of empowering you during this time, and take the time to really indulge in the things that you love. Like, for example, I love Friday night pizza. I have a tradition. I do like Friday night pizza and wine, and I watch a really good movie that I like, and then you just celebrate life and you have a good time by yourself, because you're not always going to have that time. What I'm sensing is, I feel like you guys could be manifesting a partner if you're single, or even like a child. I'm sensing you might be manifesting a child if you're not single, or if you are, either way, or something in your career life that's going to make things really hectic around you and busy. And so really take this time to be grateful for the alone time and the space that you have, because once you get this thing that you want, you're not going to have that space, you're not going to have that time by yourself. So really just indulge and be grateful for this time that you have. And we have sexual arts. Okay, so with this, with the second chakra card that I got earlier, so sacral chakra also is about sexuality, creativity, all of that good stuff. And then we have sexual arts, which is basically, yes, all of that great passionate things in our lives. But what I'm sensing is there is definitely an energy of someone, maybe a partnership that's going to be coming into fruition soon, someone who you can really trust, who really cares for you, and someone you really care for and you have a passion for. So that's really beautiful, and I feel like this is a fruitful relationship. So if you're already in this relationship, I feel like you guys could bear fruit in the near future. There could be a pregnancy, is what I'm sensing. Just by the way, he's really hugging her stomach area, and I feel like she is very fertile. And also something about glitter hair and a pink wig, or lavender colored hair. So I don't know if some of you have lavender colored hair, but that really stood out to me. Or if you guys are into doing hair, or if that's what you do for a living, then this is just further confirmation for you. But I do see something really coming into fruition, or even just really being more open with your sexuality and embracing yourself as a sexual human in a healthy way. So that's beautiful. And then we have believe in the impossible, blue moon. So like I said before, I think there is something that you have been manifesting, hoping for, growing. You've been really thinking about it, dreaming about it, and thinking, oh, it's impossible. It's never going to happen. It hasn't been happening. But really, like I said, just keep working on it. Keep growing it. You know, a flower doesn't bloom overnight from a seed, you know. So be patient with it. It's, you know, like I read before, it's happening more rapidly than you even realize. So it's like one day you'll be thinking, it's going to stay a seed forever. And then before you know it, weeks will have gone by and it's a flower now. And you didn't realize it because you were stuck thinking, oh, it's still a seed. but it blooms overnight almost. It doesn't actually bloom overnight, you just think it does because you weren't looking at it the whole time. So it's, that same idea, like a watched pot never boils. So you don't want to be watching it all the time, because then it's going to feel like it's forever, like nothing's happening. You want to be really getting comfortable and cozy with yourself, doing things that you love, having a good time. I know it sounds cliche, but hey, even indulging in some of this, maybe. Doing things that are pleasurable, getting in touch with your senses, getting in touch with yourself, showing the world more of who you really are. And then the impossible will become possible, and you'll see it before you know it. And because this is a blue moon here. Wow, we have a blue moon coming up actually, so definitely watch out for that. That's going to be on Halloween, so something significant might even happen on Halloween for you, which is amazing. I'm so excited for Halloween. I hope you are as well. Speaking of Halloween, I have my Halloween tarot cards out right now, and I'm gonna read some for you. So I think, so what I had going on here, I clarified the sexual arts card, and we got 3 of ghosts, which is 3 of cups. So definitely a celebration coming up that you are gonna have a lot of fun with, gonna possibly have some drinks and celebrate with close friends and loved ones, reuniting with people. The Hierophant. So this was clarifying also the sexual arts, but what I got from it is that if you are in a committed relationship with someone, it could be ascending to a higher level, could become even more committed, or if you just have someone you're interested in, you guys could actually start a relationship together that is committed. So that's great. And then with the Judgment card, what I'm getting is, with the Judgment card, I was getting that there's possible child on the way or in the future. That's what I'm sensing. So if you don't want that, definitely use protection. If you do want that, that's something that's coming. But I'd say there's nothing to worry about. Things are happening exactly as they should be happening. So that's just something else that wants to come through. But I hope you enjoyed that reading, pile 1, and I hope that you watch some of my future videos. Thanks. Bye. Hi, pile 2. This is for those of you who picked the second pile. Getting started with your reading, I see that we have the 10 of Earth here. So the 10 of Pentacles, and there's a lot of different messages that I'm getting with this actually. I see there's actually a specific message that I'm getting and then a more general message. So for whoever this is for specifically, I'm sensing that some of you, or at least one of you, is in a situation where you feel like you've been beat down in like a work situation or a career situation, but it feels like you have been so worn down in this place that you've been working, and it just seems like endless, like you've had to adapt and change yourself so many times to fit in to this work setting, career setting, work situation. I clarified that with 7 of Imps, and this is my Halloween tarot deck that I'm using. But basically it's almost like you've been in a group of like these imps, that it says, that's what they call it in this deck. You've been in this group of like imps, which is like these like demon looking people, but you've kind of been in costume as one of them, even though you're not one of them, and you've been trying to go with the flow and pretend like you like doing these things, that you are happy where you're working, and you just really aren't. Or this was your previous situation where you just felt like you were going with whatever everyone else was doing because you had to, but it wasn't actually where your heart was. It wasn't what was calling to you to be doing. And I'm seeing that you felt like you were all tied up in that situation, like you couldn't do anything about it. This was just how your life was, and you're kind of stuck in that mindset. And what I'm seeing is you can actually break free from this. If you haven't already, you have the ability to do that. You just need to really decide. Like, you have to make a decision from your heart space instead of from your mind. I see that maybe you've been overthinking this a lot because you're afraid of not having stability. So you were like overthinking it, like, okay, if I get out of this situation, where am I going to go to next? And is it going to be better? And am I going to get paid more? And am I going to be stable? And it's like all these questions pop into your head, but you never really answered the question coming from your heart space of like, what does my heart really desire? Like, if money wasn't an obstacle, and I could do whatever I want, what would actually make me happy? Like, you never asked yourself that question, or you wanted to and you started to, but it wasn't answered because you were thinking of all the other variables that were involved. So what I'm getting is, as soon as you actually let your heart answer the question and you follow where your heart is being guided to and called to, that's when you're going to start feeling more confident. You're going to start feeling stronger. You're going to feel strong enough to break out of these ropes and break the cycle that you're in, because I have the World card here to clarify that. So the World card is about cycles, and it seems that you may be or may have been in this karmic cycle where it was like, no matter what you did, you couldn't break out of it. You just felt like it was something that maybe you were karmically stuck doing in this lifetime, something that you were just doomed to do forever. But you are going to break out of it, is what I'm seeing, and you're going to have a world of options. You're going to have the world as your oyster, and you're going to be able to move towards the thing that you really want to do. And I see a lot of abundance coming from that, because this is actually a really auspicious card, and this is a really good luck kind of sign. When to get this card, it's all about financial abundance. So getting all of the wealth that you have ever wanted. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying winning the lottery, but basically it's having an overabundance of finances that will get you everything that you want to make a comfortable home and to lead a comfortable life. And then on top of that, I see you have a wolf here. So it's almost like you have protection that you can call upon if you need it. If you ever feel like you're in another situation where you feel stuck, or you feel like you can't get out of it, or people are bringing you down, or things aren't working out, you can call upon your spirit guides, because they're actually here, or they're all around you always to help you. They just need you to say the words. They need you to say, please protect me, please guide me, I need help. As soon as you say that, you'll have these intuitive hits coming at you that are going to help you along your journey. You just need to be aware that you have that guidance and that help close by. But I do see a lot of finances coming in as soon as you are working from your heart space instead of your mind. At least, for a time, like not all of the time, but at least for right now, that's what you need to be doing. And then we have victory. So like I said, you will be getting those finances. You'll be having a victory in your career. And what I sense also is this woman has like snakes near her third eye area, and her eyes are closed. So I feel like this victory is going to come from something you intuitively feel, some intuitive idea that you have, something that just comes to you. It's like going to be the light bulb that comes on above your head, where you're just like, wow, that's a perfect idea. I need to do that. So you're going to have this idea come up, and really go with it. Like, once you feel it, don't second guess it, don't doubt it, don't say, but what about this and what about that? You really just need to go for it, go with it, take that idea somewhere. At least maybe even write out a couple of steps, journal about it, ask yourself, okay, what can I do to make this idea a real thing? Like, what are the steps I can take to make it real in my life? And then those will be your first steps getting there. And then also, going back to the work situation, for those of you who are or were in a toxic work situation, what I'm seeing is the people who doubted you, who there could have been a situation where they were gossiping about you or just being really nasty with you and tricking you or using you in some way. Those people are going to be very regretful because it seems like some of you are going to be leaving that situation, and these people are going to be like, oh no, what have I done? Because you're going to be on your way to something much better, something that's going to make you more money, that's going to make you happy and bring you life and bring you joy, and they're just going to be sitting there like jealous as hell and kind of sad and kind of regretful. So you don't have to worry about that. You have a big victory coming your way. And then we have the play card. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So with this, I'm sensing if you guys have been in that all tied up kind of energy lately, I think you guys just need a break from it. Like, you need a thinking break, relax your mind. So I would say play in any way that you can. There's a woman here dancing in a glass of champagne, and she's got like a little belly dancer outfit on. So get your dance on, like, you know, get your whatever makes you feel free and alive and fun. Even have a glass of champagne, have a glass of wine, loosen up, do yoga. I see a carpet on here, so I don't know. Whatever you want to do on a carpet, do that. But basically, have fun and celebrate and do something that makes you feel alive, because you'll be getting that inspiration back that's going to be flowing back to you as soon as you feel like you're in a higher vibration. And then we have compassion, Archangel Zadkiel. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all of the people involved, including yourself. So if you have been in a tough situation, whether it's this work situation or just in life in general, you felt like you kept getting beaten down by life, just soften your heart, really feel into your heart, work from your heart, and realize that you're so much stronger than you even know. Like, you have this inner light and strength, and I feel like maybe that's why people are jealous or they're drawn to you. Like, toxic people, like energetic vampires, are more drawn to you because you have this inner light and inner compassionate soul, and they are jealous of that and they want that energy. And sometimes people, when they're not feeling great about themselves, will try and bring you down. So just keep that compassionate spirit that you have alive, and remember that everyone involved is probably going through something themselves. So that's Archangel Zadkiel wants you to know that. And then we have help from above. So yeah, that's basically the theme of this entire reading. You have help from above. You have help all around you. Additionally, what I'm getting is if you do something with your hands, any kind of crafting, or if you work with a musical instrument, like the woman in this card, she has, I believe, a harp. That's actually really healing to you. That could help you out a lot. And being near water, being in water is going to help soothe you a lot. Even listening to waves, the sound of waves while you're meditating, that could be very helpful just to soothe and calm your mind. And I think that's going to be beneficial to you at the time. And then lastly, we have a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So, you know, we saw the victory card. We know that you have a win-win outcome forecast. You got 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. That's like financial happiness and bliss. So you guys have this abundance that's coming towards you. Just remember not to stay stuck in your mind, to clear out all of that mental fog, clear out all of that energy that's not yours. Break away from these energies, these people who have tried to drag you down. things are balancing out. Karma is balancing out. We have the scales here. This is full moon in Libra. Things are about to be exposed if they haven't been, and you will get your karma fully balanced out and restored. And that's the win-win outcome that is coming to you right now. So I hope that message resonated with you, and I hope it was helpful to you in some way. If it was, please leave me a like, subscribe if you would like to, or leave me a comment, and I hope that you see some of my future videos. Thanks, bye. Hi pile 3, this is for those of you who picked the third pile. Let's get into your reading, which will be a message from your spirit guides. So getting started here, we actually have the love card as our first card, which is so beautiful. What I'm sensing from this card, when I was looking at it this time, what I feel from it is, I feel like you guys have been feeling kind of lonely lately, like you've been really dreaming and hoping for someone to be there and they're not there. I do see there's like a pair here, but the woman has cobwebs coming off of her skirt, so it's like she's not actually there. And yeah, so take it for whatever energy you feel like is you. If you're the more masculine person, whether you're masculine or feminine, it feels like there's two people wishing that the other person was there with them, and they're not there. So it's like two people kind of dreaming about each other. So take this as a message that maybe you're thinking about someone and they're also thinking about you, and they're wanting you by their side as well. So it's not one-sided. Maybe before you felt like it was just one-sided, but it's actually not. The other person feels that way as well. But for those of you who are just single and hoping that you meet someone in the near future, what I'm getting is that someone is coming into your life very soon. So that is great. And then I clarified with my Halloween deck, since it's almost Halloween, and we have the Strength card, which in traditional tarot is like the masculine and the feminine energy coming together, because we have the feminine here who is the trainer, and then we have the masculine who is the lion. And it's so interesting because we literally have the same imagery, like the lion and the woman and the lion and the woman again. So yeah, I feel like this person who's coming into your life is someone who really is kind of like the opposite energy to you. Like if you're more feminine, they're going to be more masculine. If you're more masculine, they're going to be more feminine, and they're really going to balance you out, and they're going to nurture you and care for you and help you feel less afraid about opening up in a love situation. And then also this kind of is clarifying how you've been feeling. This is the 9 of Bats, also known as the 9 of Swords. So it's kind of like you were just kind of up at night. Maybe you were sad about a previous love situation, or maybe you've just been feeling lonely lately, or just feeling like you need someone to talk to. But I feel like there is someone coming in that's going to be very reliable for you to talk to soon. So this definitely feels like past energy in your life. But we have the Patience card. So this is kind of saying like it's coming, but it's coming in divine timing. And I'm getting kind of a wintry feel from this card. So I feel like in the winter is when it could possibly be coming. And then also just looking at the clock, it seems like the minute hand is very soon going to be striking 12. So it's almost like you've been waiting for such a long time and you're almost there, but it's at the point where you're like, I can't take it anymore. Like, I can't wait anymore. But at the same time, you're like almost there. So you're like 3 feet away from your goal. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep waiting, because it's actually coming, and it's going to be exactly what you wanted to manifest in perfect timing. And then we have mirror, who or what is triggering you. So you could have been in some situations, some karmic situations with someone where someone you were involved with was really triggering you. Things that they were doing were really hurting you, but it was causing you to really look within at things maybe in your past, in your childhood that you needed to heal from, things that you've bottled up for a long time in past relationships. Basically, it was kind of holding up a mirror to the wounds that you already had. So situations that you were in with this person were causing you to really look within and be like, okay, why am I really upset? Am I actually upset at this person? Are they actually the devil themselves? Or am I overreacting, or not overreacting, but just reacting more harshly because of the fact that I already had this wound? And they're exposing the wound. They're showing me that I still have the wound. It hasn't completely healed and I need to heal it. So I think you kind of were going through a lot of triggering that was happening because you needed to see the wounds that you still have that you were able to heal in the recent past, I believe. And we have spiritual understanding, Archangel Raziel. I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So with this, I think this is just a little hint, like your guides have actually been giving you messages, and they've been giving you messages through numbers, through symbols, through music, through literature, through the internet, anything you've been seeing pop up lately. Like, they're actually giving you messages. And if you want more messages, or if you want them to clarify what these messages are meaning, go ahead and let them know that. Like, actually, don't be afraid to say that when you're by yourself, or even in your mind. Just be like, please send me a message, a clear message. Please send me a sign, and let me know that I received this message accurately. Sorry, Mercury retrograde. Accurately, and they will let you know. So this is just kind of reiterating, this is confirmation that you have been seeing symbolisms, signs, maybe even repeating numbers, things like that. Definitely don't be afraid to look those up and see what they mean. So we have Phoenix Rising, and this is such a great card because it's showing you coming into your full power and really owning who you are and owning the badass you are. Like, there's no other way to say that. Like, you have been broken down to the point where you have rebirthed yourself and then risen up again even more powerful, and that's amazing. So in this card you see the woman kind of like, it looks like she's like conjuring something, but I really just see her maybe doing some kind of banishing spell or something where she is banishing all these negative spirits, which you can't see, I'm sure, in the camera, but there's actually faces in the darkness of like negative entities, and she's like banishing them back to where the heck they came from, and they're not going to bother her anymore because she's become this powerful sorcerer, and no one can bother her, no one can steal from her, no one can take her energy away. She's the badass that she really is. And I feel like this is symbolic of you. After you've gone through this period of triggering, this period of healing, you're going to emerge as the phoenix. And then we have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So I love that because Libra is associated with love and romance in general, 7th house, I believe, and it's also associated with balance. So you're going to be in a new balanced relationship, or even maybe a relationship with someone that you have already known, but this relationship is going to be balanced. It's going to be equal give and take. It's going to be reciprocal, and things are going to start fresh from a good, well-balanced place because you have healed yourself and this person is healed as well. And let's get into my clarifiers. So I clarified it with my Halloween deck, And we have 5 of bats. So I feel like this is the past energy of whoever hurt you, whoever you were dealing with in the past was very sneaky with you, kind of dishonest, wearing a mask all of the time, not sharing how they truly felt or what was really going on, and it was leaving you feeling uneasy all the time. You were this 9 of bats, this person kind of staying up late worrying and crying, and you're like this little kid in the card who's in the background crying because someone took their trick-or-treat bag, and it's this dude right here who's running away with the trick-or-treat bag. So it was like somebody was hurt you in that way. They did something that really upset you. But now you have options, because not only do you have Knight of Pumpkins, you have Knight of Ghosts. So you have someone coming in that's like really stable, kind of slow moving, but wants commitment and is financially well off. And then you have someone coming in who's really like emotionally healthy, emotionally available, healed, emotionally balanced, and is not afraid to show you that they actually have feelings for you and express that to you. So you have 2 really good options coming in. One is coming a little bit slower. I believe this guy will be a little bit slower, but you can like pick or choose like who you resonate with more. And even if you don't like either of them, you just have a lot of people that are coming in because you are the Phoenix now. You're this girl and she's super attractive. Whether you're a guy or girl, you can, flip the energies to fit your situation, but you're this really powerful person now, and that's bringing a lot of different people into your life. Queen of Imps. So this is basically Queen of Wands, and it's like that same energy as the Phoenix. Someone who's really attractive, someone who really owns their own energy, someone that's passionate, someone that's sexy, fun, creative, has a lot going for her, and there's always going to be people offering you things. Like in this photo, there's an imp offering her a sunflower, so it's like she's this bright light, and the light attracts the moths, so to speak. So definitely watch out for that. But yeah, we lastly have 6 of Ghosts. So this is all about someone from the past coming in, nostalgia, someone offering you something, maybe an apology, maybe a love note, flowers, someone who misses you and wants you back in their life. So this could be a former flame, something like that. But you have your pick of the litter. Like I said, you have new options, you have old options. You can choose, but just make sure that you are fully healed. You've fully acknowledged what was triggering you. You're listening to your guides, but you definitely have a new romantic cycle coming in, and I sense that it's going to be in the winter months. So I hope that resonated with you, pile 3. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe, and I hope that you see some of my future videos. Thank you. Bye.